A killer who murdered 3 young children and impaled their bodies on railings is to be released from jail after he was deemed no longer a significant risk. David McGreavy, 67, battered to death a 9-month-old baby, strangled her 4-year-old brother and cut the throat of their sister, 2. He also mutilated their bodies with a pickaxe before impaling them on a neighbor's spiked garden railings. But a 3-member parole board has decided McGreavy, dubbed those Monster of Worcester, is safe for release, according to The Sun. The children's furious mum Elsie said, "I was told he'd never go free." McGreavy impaled the bodies of his young victims on spiked garden railings. Image, Mirrorpics. The 68-year-old added, "What this animal did to my children was every bit as bad as what the Moore's murderers did. But he and Brady and Myra Hindley never left prison before they died, so why the hell should he? He put my babies on spikes for God's sake, he mutilated them and they died in agony." The case echoes the John Warboys scandal, which also sparked outrage earlier this year. The parole board also decided the black cap rapist, who attacked more than 100 women, was safe for release. Elsie's 3 children were brutally murdered by babysitter McGreavy. Image, Mirrorpics. McGreavy, however, was just 21 when he killed the siblings on Friday, April 13, 1973. He was a lodger at the Worcester home of barmaid Elsie and hubby Clyde Ralph, and babysat their kids Paul Ralph, 4, Dawn, 2, and 9-month-old Samantha, for 2 years without incident until the horrific murders. Paul had been strangled, Dawn was found with her throat cut, and Samantha died from a compound fracture to the skull. McGreavy, a family friend and lodger, then impaled their bodies on the spiked garden railings of a house in Gillam Street, Rainbow Hill. He claimed he killed the children because one of them would not stop crying, and was sentenced to life for the murders in 1973. Police investigated the back gardens of homes on the street on which the kids were killed. Image, Mirrorpics. The maniac was jailed for life with a minimum term of 20 years after a trial which lasted just 8 minutes because he pleaded guilty and did not claim diminished responsibility. A document from the parole board about McGreavy's case referred to a victim personal statement from the victim's mother, setting out the devastating effect that these deaths had on her and still do have. The document said that over the 45 years in custody, McGreavy has changed considerably. It added, he has developed self-control, as well as a considerable understanding of the problems that he has had and what caused them. The psychologist identified a number of factors which make it less likely that Mr. McGreavy will reoffend in future. These included his improved self-control and the fact that Mr. McGreavy has learnt to remain calm in stressful situations. He has also shown himself to be compliant and cooperative with authority, which suggests that he will comply with license conditions. A network of supportive friends in the community was also identified as a protective factor, the parole board said. "We can confirm that a panel of the parole board has directed the release of David McGreavy following an oral hearing. Parole board decisions are solely focused on whether a prisoner would represent a significant risk to the public after release."